Yes, people, what is going on? Lewis Emmanuell back on the channel with the young G over here. This is the big champ, yeah. And basically, what we're gonna do today with you guys is just have a nice little sit down, have a nice little discussion about everything that has gone on in the past
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, man.
That's what we're doing, man. So it'll just be everything over with the show and stuff. Everything we've got some exciting news as well, and I guess to be fair, we'll talk about the peak. We could just peak in just prep in general, because I feel like that'd be quite an interesting topic to kind of go over. And we don't really talk too much about it when it comes to kind of like everything that's going on behind the scenes and stuff, because everybody only sees a certain side of it. But it'll be very interesting just to dive into everything else as well. So if you don't like long videos, I suggest you just
Click off now.
yeah, get out of here, because we're going to be sitting down and rambling. You're going to be the third person in our conversation. Unfortunately, we don't know what your fucking opinions are. So if you would like to let us know what you think about all of this, just drop it below in that. But yeah, without further ado, we are going to just knock straight into it, mate. So we're going to start off, Leon, with just the overview of the day, man. So tell me about your fucking first show, bruv.
You know what? It was such an unreal experience, man. It's one of them ones I would recommend it to everyone. If you love bodybuilding, honestly, get on stage at one point in your time.
Yeah.
Because just from the support network to the crowd, just even the feeling of getting off stage afterwards is unreal, man.
Like it's like a mad.
Yes.
It's like a surreal sort of feeling.
It's like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's like an
Yeah.
adrenaline rush,
Man.
innit? But I think the best thing about it, man, is just the positives that it brings you outside of bodybuilding as well.
Yes, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like now, but you've stepped away from that and saying, alright, cool. You've done your time on stage, and look at everything else and how you're gonna feel about everything else in life. That's probably one of the most scary things. To be fair, to most people, that'll probably be the scariest thing they'll ever fucking do in their life.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just deep it as well, yeah. So what it is, you're standing in front of a stage, getting
half
judged
naked, getting judged by everyone in front of
with your
hundreds of
fucking
people.
arse out and like
Pretty much.
basically naked. Like, think how scary that is for a lot of people. Just even from a confidence aspect, like most people just couldn't get to that point. And even what, bro? Who was the guy that we were competing with? The guy, yeah. So one of the guys that you said came off the stage, and he was just super happy
Yes.
that he just done it.
Yes. Even though he came, he did not place. He was just so happy for the whole experience, because it's such a wicked experience at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. Like, but how crazy is that? But this is what I'm saying. That's the beauty of it as well. You know, it's like you don't need to win to experience or to gain knowledge, confidence, or any such thing, sort of like that, like without doing it. You know, but doing it will bring all of these things along as well, which is so sick, man. But anyway, so what else? What else can we talk about, like, regarding your show, man? Like, how did you find the build up on the day?
You know what? It was made so much easier for me just due to the amount of people I had around me. I was fortunate enough to have so many people that were able to come to the show, especially because, for me anyway, it was quite a local show. So I had a lot of friends, family, and close ones just be able to come there and support. Like backstage, for example, I had at all times 2-3 people that I knew that were working backstage that I knew of personally anyway.
Yeah.
So it just made the whole experience so much more, first of all, less nerve-wracking and just more fun at the end of the day.
Yeah. And you know what, this is a good thing as well. I don't know, for a lot of people that won't know, so that the show that Leon just done, that was my very first show 2 years ago. So when I got introduced to bodybuilding, I'd done the same team class, I won the same team class at the same venue. And just having Leon do the same thing as well, it's sort of like, yo, what the
Falling
fuck?
in the footsteps,
yeah, I was
man.
like, yo, what the fuck is this about? Like, it's the fucking coolest shit ever, man. But like it's like seeing myself. Like, I've never, to be fair, but I've never been that nervous, like, ever at any of my shows. I was the
Honestly,
most nervous when I was sitting in the crowd, bro. My heart was coming out of my chest.
That's exactly how I would feel for your shows.
Yeah, but then when you won it, and you were coming out doing your routine and posing, man, like, that feeling doesn't go away, bro. That feeling was
honestly.
fucking. I was like, yo,
Honestly.
what the fuck is this? I'm like, bro, this is better than all of my fucking shows, man. It's like, I would prefer fucking watching you than actually competing, man. Like, that shit is insane. The feeling you get from that, man, like, it's so fucking cool. It's so cool.
Especially since I've been to all 9 of your shows
You've
now.
been to 9 of my shows.
I've been to
man.
all 9 of your shows now, so I know very well how a show's run.
Yeah.
But it's so different.
Do you feel like that benefited you? That the
Oh,
fact that you
100%.
knew.
Yeah. I
And to be
understood.
fair, you knew the venue, bro.
Yeah, I
So
knew-
so to be fair, with this venue, this is Leatherhead Theatre. So I've competed at Leatherhead 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
But we've been to 5 or 6 shows there.
Yeah, so I knew the venue very well. I knew how the show went, how it
Yeah.
was run. So it definitely made things a lot easier.
You've
for me.
watched more than enough,
Yeah.
man.
And just,
Like-
but it's so weird seeing it from another perspective finally. Because I mean, I've watched him compete 9 times now.
Mm.
Now it's finally the other way around, which is
Yeah.
quite cool.
It's fucking
And, like,
cool, man.
Yeah, man.
It's so dope,
Like, just
bro.
waiting behind the curtains for me to do my routine. Like that used to be me watching Lewis instead.
How did you feel? How did you feel before you went on the routine? Because I feel like for a lot of people, it's the most nerve-wracking part.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're going on, it's so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all eyes are on you, innit?
I mean, initially
You're bricking it.
Yeah, a little bit, but I lost the nerves purely from doing the pre-judging.
Yeah.
A lot of the nerves had went after pre-judging because
You've already been
that
up
was
there.
the first time me getting on that stage.
Yeah.
But once that was gone, there was probably slight nerves just purely from the fact that all eyes are on you now. This is your
time.
only time that everyone's gonna be watching you and you only.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but
As much as everyone's watching you in the pre-judging, it's like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
standing up there with other people.
exactly.
So it's like, if you kind of like fuck something up
If
or
you mess something up, then
something
it's
cool.
It's fine. But I
But
mean,
then,
now
like-
in the routine, it's kind of like, now all eyes are on you, so don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Which is cool at the end of the day.
No, it's dope. I think it's fucking cool.
I
man.
enjoy pressure. I
Yeah.
find that
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's a privilege. Like,
No, pressure is a privilege, man. But like, you look how you didn't crack. You know what I mean? And you worked with it, man.
oh yeah, of course.
Like, and you could see it. You could see it looked like you looked very, very, very natural up there as well. Like that's
I
what
mean,
a
I
lot
hope
of
so.
people,
Yeah, I
a
hope
lot of
so.
people said it to me as well. Since after like watching, just you compete in general, it's like, yo, you can see that. Like you and David, to be fair,
Oh, yeah,
were just like
especially with David
you were
as well.
built to be up there. You know what I mean? It's sort of like how people saw me my first my first ever show, my first ever season. People were like, yo, you're built to be up there.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you just thrive in a situation like that.
Yeah.
And like it's the coolest fucking thing ever, man.
Oh yeah, most
It's
definitely.
honestly
Most
the coolest
definitely.
fucking thing ever. Just even seeing it from my perspective, I'm just like, yo, this fucking shit is wicked, man. So just for reference, obviously, I'm guessing all of you know now. Anyways, Leon is 16, and
Yes.
that was an under 19 category, and
It was
he
indeed.
won. He won that. So he is technically speaking still got 3 years in this fucking category to grow, and I don't even like it baffles me, right? But I won that category when I was 18, so I only had 1 more year in that, but I never ended up competing again in that category after that season. So he's got years. He's got years in this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's crazy to think how much you'll be able to develop in those 3 years as a team. Like we could be looking now in like a couple years time, the first overall winner that's 18 ever
At British.
at British, bro. Like if you were to, because
That-
to be
that is
fair,
the
we
goal
know what
anyway.
we know what you can do. We know what you're capable of, and look at the progress you've made. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's sort of like we know the direction that you're going to end up going. But imagine the fucking scenes
Oh, of course.
when
of
that
course,
shit
that'll be
happens, bro.
levels,
You'll win
that'll be
best wheel. You'll
levels.
win best wheels very soon, anyways.
Next
It's
year,
like
hopefully.
yeah, next year hopefully, bro. We already know because your fucking legs next to grown adults, man. You're towering grown adults and you're making their legs look small. Like it's insane. It's nuts. Like I never had legs like that. Fucking hell. Until like now, but yeah, man, it's ridiculous. But yeah, hey. So that's a nice little show day.
overview.
Yeah, man, that's a nice little show day recap.
day overview.
Overview. Let's see what else we've got, man. All right, cool. You know what we can do? We can talk. We can talk about the peak week because this is quite an interesting subject for a lot of people. Because, like, let's just put it in basic terms. A peak week is basically priming your body and making your body look the best and the leanest and driest. You know. So, for example, how else would you explain? That's about.
Well, I mean,
about one,
you're
innit?
depleting your body at the start of the week
Yeah.
to then absorb carbs
To fill back
to
up.
fill back up.
Yeah.
And yeah, to make you harder, tighter, and fuller at the end of the day.
Yes. Yeah. So
Whilst also manipulating water as well.
So you manipulate water so that you look drier. So
Yeah.
it's basically about bringing the driest, hardest, conditioned version of yourself, and you can do that by manipulating certain things through the week of prior leading up to your show, and that is why we call it a peak week, basically. So for a lot of people to be fair, could do very well without even peaking, but for some people, it's just that little extra bit, that extra
yeah, of
mile
course,
to go
of course.
to make your physique come out and stand out that much more, you know. But then again, it's also a dangerous game because you can fuck it up. You can just make yourself
very
look like a
easily
piece of
as
shit
well.
very
Yeah,
easily.
yeah.
So it's like it's that balance. It's that balance.
Yeah.
But obviously, I've peaked myself 9 times, and me and Leon have peaked. Like me and my coach Leon have like peaked me a good numerous amount of times, and I've been able to gain knowledge from every single one. And knowing that me and Leon are very similar, anyways, it kind of made it easier for me to think, all right, cool. You know what? This could work. This definitely won't work. So why don't we try this sort of thing, you know?
Exactly.
But yeah, that was to be fair, that was the best way. But would you like to run over your peak week? And
As
what
in
like the structure.
from
So
the start?
so he competed on the Sunday. We started peaking him on the Monday. What
Okay,
did it
so-
look like through there?
If you've seen the last video anyway, we did a full day of eating. So I started the week Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was fat loaded.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on 0 direct carbs. I was only having trace carbs, which was probably under 40, 50 carb a day.
Yeah.
From then, which on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we started to implement carbs. We brought fats back down to a normal level, and then we started pushing carbs up. With the first day being 500 carbs, second day being about 500 carbs as well, and then on the Saturday, the day before the show, we only put in about 200-300 carb, which worked perfectly, to be honest.
It was perfect, especially
was
for the way you were
Yeah,
at
100%.
condition-wise. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't need much more. So obviously, the more conditioned you are, the more carbs you can end up putting in eventually.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of way you work it. But it's just about finding that balance of, is this too much or is this too little sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like, to be fair, bro, for a first crack, man, we hit it
Yeah,
right in the
pretty good.
fucking the nail on the fucking head, man. Because you look at, so the one thing that you want to do is look at like the start of the week and when you looked your best, and then the end of the week and compare. And you don't want to be going backwards on yourself, basically.
Yeah, of course not. Of course
And especially with like tan, you're going to look darker. Your grain's going to go. Your veins don't really come out as much, but your lines will always show.
Yeah.
So it's like the lines of the muscle bellies will always show. So if you can kind of keep that look and just tweak that look, just so that they come out even more.
Exactly.
Like, and that's what we've done. Like, you can look at the photos. I'll probably pop up a couple photos and stuff, and you can see the sort of look that we kind of got from Leon's from the start of the week to the end of the week, and it just fucking translated very well into stage.
Most
Man.
definitely.
And it's fucking wicked, man. Especially for a first peak.
Oh yeah.
Like, for a first peak, that was pretty fucking good, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like, I'm like, yo, like, I was very impressed. I was very, very impressed. But yeah, like, no, to be fair, I was pretty happy with the structure of it, man.
Especially with the actual show day protocol as well. Like, it worked very much in my favour. For example, being
Explain
able
what
to
show day protocol is. So.
Okay, so obviously by this point you're very dehydrated because I mean you cut water the day before. So on the day I had probably 500 milliliters of water in total, just sipping it throughout the day, whilst I'm still getting rid of my water at the same time. However, that one helped me
Absorb
that
the
one.
carbs.
Yeah, that allowed me to absorb the carbs first of all, and it also allowed me to continue pissing and continue getting rid of my water at the same time.
So you're technically, in theory,
I am still getting drier whilst being able to absorb the carbs.
and just plumping out.
Yeah, exactly.
Drying out.
Which meant during my routines and in the overall, I was able to catch a pump extremely quickly, doing very minimal, and that pump was able to withheld the whole time I was on stage, which is really nice.
Just fucking genius.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But that's kind of like what you want to go for. So also what we've done, like peak week wise, it'd be good to talk about, to be fair, when we're carving up. So we wanted to make sure that he could hold a pump whilst we were peaking, because that was basically giving me a good gauge on what we would do for the show. So he would have some carbs, have some water as well, and when after every meal, let's say it was like 100, 200 carbs, something along those lines, we would do some posing. So he would pose and see how we felt, and we'd also get a little pump. So we'd just get a couple press ups in, and we would see how the pump felt and how quick it was to snap on, basically. And we kind of found out that it like after carbs, it would not fucking take long to get a pump.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And that was beautiful. So at that point, we're like, all right, cool, perfect. So some people on the show day, they don't eat carbs, and they go proteins and fats and stuff. But after seeing the results that Leon had there, it kind of made me think, all right, cool. So it will be necessary to put in water and carbs before you go on stage and throughout the day, just so you can soak up, dry out, dry out.
Not crazy amounts of water, but just enough
just
to hydrate you to the point.
Just
you can
enough to
actually feel your
hydrate you
muscles.
so that you can, so that it gets to where it needs to be. And it sat perfectly, and it worked well. and the pump was fucking brilliant. It was phenomenal, man.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, no, that's perfect. But yeah, that's a rough overview of Peak Week, innit?
Pretty much.
Do you have anything else specific that you would want to?
Not in particular, no. Not from Peak Week anyway. I think that
Not from Peak Week, no.
went over it quite well.
Yeah, no. To be fair, that was about right, man. So I would like to say here, we've got the prep journey so far.
Okay.
How have you felt? What's been the biggest sort of change? Yeah. How have you felt? How have you felt?
You know,
What's
I
this whole
actually
thing?
really enjoy this phase because, I mean, one, it just allows you to stay accountable for yourself and stay very disciplined. And to be fair, I haven't, other than the fact that, like, hunger and slightly lower energy is standard. You're going to expect that during a prep. But I haven't had any crazy challenges to the point where it's, like, mentally throwing me off, purely because I know what the end goal is here.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for myself at the end of the day. I'm not doing this for anyone else. I chose to jump into a prep whilst I was 16, whilst I was still doing my GCSEs. But, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I actually, other than cardio being a bit of a burden sometimes.
It's a bit of a fucking ball, like, innit?
Yeah, man, I actually enjoy this phase. Don't get me wrong, I'm very excited to get into a gaining phase again.
But that's the thing. It gives you the love for the other side, doesn't it?
Yes, it makes you appreciate food and just the what's the word? The freedom of being able to eat what you like.
Because it's very strict, man.
Because when you're on prep, you tend to miss that a little bit.
Yeah, because it's very regimented though. But
Oh,
I feel
of course,
like the
but
structure behind it for a lot of people.
I enjoy structure so much.
Same.
Most definitely, I don't like feeling all over the place, and with prep, it's allowed me to become so much more structured with everything, really. To be fair, and also even the mental discipline the mental discipline from being a little bit hungry and being able to say to myself, no, you can't go have that little snack. Or
Can't have that donut, you
can't.
Like,
you can't go have a packet of sweets or something small.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we know what the end goal is, and
yeah,
man. So far, I've been enjoying prep. To be fair, it's difficult, but at the end of the day,
how have you found the weight drop?
With training, obviously we've had to change training only
Just slight tweaks, isn't it?
Only slight tweaks, as in compounds, just only around compounds.
Because compounds get a whack. Compounds do.
Especially from
tend
like
to get a whack.
my prior powerlifting background, I loved my compounds. If you didn't know already, like I was squatting, benching, deadlifting stupid numbers. However, they've had to be on a bit of a back burner coming into the deeper end of prep, purely because I mean I am now like 10 kilos down from where I was before.
Which is mad.
Oh yeah, especially in the time frame.
What's that? 10 kilos in 8 weeks.
10 kilos in 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's perfect though.
Which is quite a big drop.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely took a small toll on my squat, bench, and deadlift.
You don't give a fuck about that.
Which at the end of the day doesn't
point,
really matter at this point, because I mean we know what the goal is here.
And you've also got to realise, you know how your body composition changes when you shift weight off.
Exactly.
But then again, you look back at it, how fucking fluffy were you? You were fluffy.
Yeah, I was pretty.
You were a fluff ball, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to be fair, it's not as bad as obviously a lot of people, but 10 kilos off to get relatively lean, 10 kilos on top of what you have now, it was pretty fucking fluffy, wasn't it?
Yeah, most definitely.
But it was, you could see the structure, you could see everything you needed to, and it wasn't that bad in that sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like that played a huge benefit as well, man.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
And now knowing how we're going to structure our off season, just purely seeing how we look underneath is very exciting.
Like that's the beautiful thing about it, is that when you do get shredded and you get competition lean, and you stand on stage and you get those photos and you see what you look like there, you now have a baseline. Because that's a real baseline. Yeah. A lot of people say, oh no, but I was lean and I just want to work off of that. Blah blah blah, and then I can make the adjustments that I can whilst I'm a fat shit. It don't work. You need to see yourself like bare bones, no fat, nothing, because you've got to realise your body composition is going to change drastically when you have no fat on you. Because everybody holds fat differently, right?
There you go.
So how are you going to tell me that you need extra quad and you need extra tricep if you've never seen yourself lean and you've only seen yourself as a fat shit? Like, as much as your shape can look good when you're bigger, and you've got fluff over you, you need to see yourself. You need to see yourself right down to the base, because realistically speaking, you'll probably lose that weight. Your arms are going to disappear. Your legs are going to disappear, and you're going to be like, "What the fuck happened?"
Well, there
you
you go.
need to see yourself at that baseline to then make the adjustments for the off season. That's the whole point of an off season, not just to get fat, eat what you want, and pretend to grow. You know, you need to strategically kind of like figure that out. So I would always advise to everybody, diet down, see how you look at the base, so that you can make the adjustments off of your actual physique, not the fluffy physique, your actual physique, and make adjustments to your training from there. You know, because that's how it's smart, and that's how you create a balanced physique.
Which is very interesting to talk about, to be fair, because
Very interesting, because everyone thinks differently about it.
when I was at peak bulk, what I thought would be my strongest shots on stage were not my strongest shots,
Fucking
and
flip
what
round.
I thought were my weakest shots ended up being some of my strongest shots. For example, my side tricep in my off season was probably one of my least favorite shots, whereas when it came to the stage, it was probably one of my strongest, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like
most definitely.
especially from like a side leg and
Because your legs just
yes,
went.
and just delta and arm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It really shows the density and the muscularity that you have.
It does.
But you see how it changes. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, how can you kind of like develop your physique if you don't know what your actual
Actually looks
physique
like, yeah.
looks like? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's a huge misconception that people have, man. But it's interesting to talk about that.
Oh,
to be
100%.
fair.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's such a good thing for people to understand as well.
Yeah.
You know, like there's levels to this. Like you
course.
can't
Oh, of
improve
course,
something
of
that you
course.
can't see. You know, that's like trying to improve an engine on a car if you don't even know what fucking engine you have.
Pretty
You
much.
know, like how are you gonna do it blindfolded? You know,
Exactly.
like it makes it, you have to see it first. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then you make the necessary adjustments from there. But no, that's dope, man. Like I'm happy that you found prep relatively enjoyable and like beneficial.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, like because the best thing about it is I know you're gonna come out the side another mat, a different mat.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like because I have every single time.
You learn
It's
so
like,
much in prep that you can actually take into your just overall life.
yeah, man. It's just overall life, that discipline as well, and that structure.
Yeah.
You take that and you like distribute it everywhere in your life, and everything just starts to get fucking good. You know, and I remember doing that for the first time, and it just changed everything. And then after every single one, I just tried to implement something new, learn, taking knowledge from loads of different people, and just create your own blueprint. Literally create what you want to like be your fucking. It's like the path you want to take. You create it yourself.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, literally.
Talking about the blueprint. Did you hear that? That was a plug. But yeah, all right. So you know what? We might as well move on to that before we. To be fair, let me have a little look, because I feel like there was probably one or two more things that we could have talked about.
To be fair, I feel like we implemented it quite well today.
Yeah, no, we did. To be fair, we'll just talk about. There's literally one more topic after that, and then we can.
What's the topic?
Oh, just about the rest of the journey, man. But before we get to that, so for the past year, no, actually, since the start of the year,
Yeah.
me and Leon have been working on a very interesting venture, but we have finally got our own app published. Bang.
It is our very own coaching app. So we are now both starting to. Okay.
Start
It
again.
is our very own coaching app. We are both now becoming coaches. We are taking on clients through our very own app called the Blueprint Coaching, where it will have every single little variable all into one app. So we'll have our training programs, our diet plans, we'll have 24 access to us, and even a vault of hundreds of different videos from us to give to you guys.
Yeah, so even with the vault, talking on the vault, man, that's going to be I guess you could say it's like a personalized library of specific content that is going to help our clients develop in specific ways. So for example, we're going to have a form as well. Is that if there's any videos that you want to you recommend to us and you want to see specifically, we can get those done specifically for you to put in for the next week. Like, it is like looking at how far we've come with the development of the app.
Oh
it
yeah,
is
honestly,
nuts
it is crazy
to think about what we've been able to put into the app. It's got its own MyFitnessPal built into it, so you can put all your fucking your macros in and stuff, and it all comes out perfectly for you, and we can see everything. Like, it is so perfect.
And it's been a very long time coming as well. Like, we've been working on this since the start of the year. To say it's finally
literally around your birthday.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
to say it's finally
August,
released is
January.
surreal, to be fair.
Yeah, like we're here.
Yeah.
This is the final bit, and you can go onto the app store and you can see it. Like just being able to see it, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? This is sick.
It's cool as fuck.
You know.
So
But yeah, so that's if you want any more information about it, we're gonna have loads of stuff come out on our website soon as well, just so you can see every single bit that you want to know about it. But if you're interested, you can literally just hit us a message, man, and we can ping you over a load of voice notes just on kind of like everything else that we just didn't cover there. And any questions that you have specifically, you can just shoot them our way. But if you would like to fill in one of our contact forms, just check the link in the bio, and we will have. It's like a link that takes you directly to the start of our app, and you just send that over to us, and then we can sort everything out as well after that. And if you want to jump on with us, which would be fucking great,
brilliant.
We give you full access to the app, and
Yeah,
the app will literally have every single thing that you need to grow, and it's going to be perfect. And hopefully, fingers crossed, in the next couple months we'll be able to pick up a couple competitors, because I would love to take a couple competitors into the next season.
Oh, most definitely.
And just even help out with a couple guys, man. Like it's super cool. Just even seeing Leon's transformation here and what we were able to achieve in such a short amount of time, I know full well we'll be able to bring some absolutely phenomenal athletes to the stage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if you are thinking about competing at one point, it'll be brilliant to just even jump on a call and just even talk through sort of
Your goals
the
and what you
ideas.
want.
Yeah, the ideas of what
Yeah,
we
man.
can do.
Yeah,
you know. And luckily enough, I've done 3 seasons. I've done 9 shows. I've been in this game for a good amount of years now. And I can literally just distribute all of the knowledge that I have now. Same with Leon. Leon has his respective time in his respective field before this as well. So he's like countless British records in powerlifting. Like, you can't go wrong. You literally just can't go wrong with the knowledge that we have behind us. We know what we're talking about, and it's great. And we'll be able to give you guys all of that. And I cannot wait for you guys to see what the app looks like as well.
Oh, most definitely.
But yeah, before we wrap up, because it looks like it's about to fucking start raining, which is a piss take. But future plans. What have we got planned for the rest of the season? What's the plan going forward?
Okay, so
Give us a little overview.
I've got either 2 or 3 shows left of the season, being another qualifier for the UKFBA, which is in 4.5 weeks, the Bnbf British Finals, which is in 6.5 weeks, and potentially the UKFBA Finals, if all goes well. However, we are not 100% certain on the UKFBA Finals, purely because I want to get into a gaining phase by that point, because it's quite late in the year. But yeah, man, a minimum of 2 shows left for the season.
Dope.
Which means we're gonna bring an even freakier look. Because
Even cooler package,
it was a cool package, but there's so much more we can bring to the table.
Yeah.
Well, I was very happy with the package we bought, but there's so much more we can bring to the table.
Yeah, which is the best thing.
And we will.
You have progress.
Yeah, and we will. We will
there's
develop
progression.
that package into
Something crazy,
something
man.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've got 2 weeks left until my last show of the season, Triathlete Games in the XL Arena in London. If you guys are around and you're going to that, it's going to be a whole expo. It's like the Arnold's of this year. So if you guys are around on the Friday, come have a little look. I should be competing on the big bodybuilding stage, and it should be good. I'm excited. I'm just excited.
Oh, I'm excited for that too, man.
That'll be super dope, man. But that'll be the last one for the season for me, and then just take some time to grow, man, and enjoy life. You know what I mean? But yeah, to be fair, that's all we fucking needed.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, guys. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I found this pretty fun.
Yeah, it was very
I found it pretty fun. It'll be dope to do this with a couple other people as well. Sort of like podcast sort of style, man.
Yeah.
And just even just talking through things, talking through questions and stuff. Like, it's just nice to be able to sit down and just have a fucking conversation, man, and just talk about all the stuff that we would usually talk about anyways.
Exactly.
Just with a camera here as well. But yeah, guys, I think that is it. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please let us know, because to be fair, we enjoyed it and we would love to do more like this. But yeah, all the links to everything that you want to need from us is in the description. I can see can you see that little bug on the goddamn fucking thing?
Camera.
Get off my camera. But yeah, so all the links are down in the description below. So that's coaching, HARDBODY, EFECTIV, anything else that you need. Links to our Instagram. It's all going to be there. So yeah, go check out a load more content that we're dashing out on there as well. And yeah, we're going to have a lot more bits like this come out, but I can't wait for you guys to see the show day video that's going to come out in 2 days.
2 days.
2 fucking days from when this comes out. I can't wait. It's going to be fucking sick. And I'm going to try and make it as long as possible so you can get the full experience. But yeah, can't wait for that. And I'm sure you guys can't wait for that either, so it should be good. But anyways, guys, I hope you're having a blessed day. And me and Leon are going to catch you real fucking soon. Peace.
Peace.